Welcome to the first episode of this fabulous hobby of omelets, courtesy of Dee's Bistro. In today's episode, we discuss the value of pure copper, proper copper for a proper omelet, which is indeed made with 2 eggs, not 3, as per LL Cool J in Deep Blue Sea. Let's crack some eggs and check it out. Who knew something so healthy and delicious such as this could proceed from a chicken's butt? Ingredient list: 2 eggs, kosher salt, cracked black pepper, salsa. Always keep a jar of salsa in your house. The chunkier the better, because if you don't have ingredients on hand to make an omelet, some chunky salsa will definitely do it. Ciabatta, fresh cut, butter, unsalted butter. Always buy unsalted butter. The better the butter, the better the meal. You can always add more salt. And you should always have a hunk of cheese in the house. Just so happens I've got shredded cheese already. I learned how to make an omelet from my buddy Ramirez, who is from my college days and coincidentally makes the best omelet, but also is the person who makes the best turkey I've ever had, which is astonishing. I've had a lot of turkey in my life, made by various mothers, grandmothers, aunts, whomever, but my buddy from college, best turkey ever. And in his omelet, what he will normally do is he'll prep the pan with the ingredients first. If you're going to have a meat, whatever meat you're going to use, whatever you're putting into this recipe has to be cooked already. You're just heating up the ingredients in the pan as you're making this particular omelet recipe. Some leftover salami, gabagool, whatever you got is great. And then he'll sprinkle some dry thyme on it. That's his that's his omelet secret. I don't need thyme today because there's so much and so little of it already. We're going to use the salsa. First things up, let's get these eggs cracked and seasoned. We always season our eggs. I used to crack my eggs using a knife, but I saw Gordon Ramsay just hit it on a hard surface, and so that's what we're going to do. And if you ever get an eggshell in the dish, you can get it out by using the actual egg, other part of the shell. It somehow has got some sort of weird egg magnetism going on. Seasoning, just a little bit of salt. Just a little bit. Cracked black pepper. I like to dig my fork into each yolk, give them a little warning what's about to happen. Now, if you're having other ingredients, you're going to want to chop the pepper, chop the onion, sweet onion only, for me, other ingredients, and you're going to want to get all of those in little ready dishes. Not a lot of salsa when you're doing this, just a little bit will do. This omelet recipe is simple, fabulous, quick, but the thing you really need to know is the first omelet out of the pan is always going to be the best one. So if you're doing this for a guest, whatever, you want to serve them first, serve yourself second, because for some reason the first one out of the pan is always the best. So I like to prep my pan with Pam. It just works. You can do it with butter, oil, whatever, but Pam just works. So let's get it over to the skillet. Eggs and ingredients assembled. Let's hit that pan with some Pam. Don't forget to get a little going up around the edge because we're going to be moving in there with our little flipper doohickey. This guy right here. Number 1, it's got some flexibility to it. That's what we want. Get the pan up to medium heat, test it with some water, and then we'll drop in the salsa. It's not going to take long for that salsa to heat up. All right, that pan's jumping. Let's get that salsa in there. Now, we're not cooking the salsa. We're heating it up. The longest I would leave anything in here is probably green peppers, onions until they got a little bit brown. but we're just heating that up, and whatever ingredients we would have otherwise had, we'd be heating those up. So that's pretty much ready. So you want to have a uniform pattern along the line of your pan. You basically want to paint the pan with the egg. And we're going to let it sit there a little bit. And you're going to want to, scrape down the sides periodically once it starts to set, because you're going to want to be able to get under that lip to do the flip. And this is going to be on here for probably 2-ish minutes, thereabout. I don't time it. I'm done timing stuff. I never leave it. I'm always within arm's reach watching it. And every 30 seconds or so, I'm going to do the tilt test and just see how runny the eggs are. And periodically you're going to get hot spots, which you're going to want to squash down. This is on medium. This is an electric range. You're going to look at medium to 4, roughly. And you don't want too many ingredients in the pan itself, otherwise it just gets too congested. This omelet is actually almost quite done. If I had a lot of ingredients, what will happen is the egg will not get across the pan quickly and uniformly, so you have to work on it. This got across pretty quickly, so I'm going to turn this down a little bit. And at the very end is when you want to put your cheese on. You like it a cheese? And you only want to put the cheese on the front half, the half of the pan that's closest to you, because you're going to be folding over to this side and then pulling it out onto the plate. There we go, perfect fold. And you just want to kind of help the omelet out of the pan. That's what we're doing. We're helping the omelet. We're going to start at the top, loosen it up. There we go. Perfect. Perfection. I don't even have to clean that plate down. Look at that. All right, I'm gonna get my let me get my toast points on there and get it fully plated up. And there we have it, our very first hobby of omelets, brought to you by Dee's Bistro. Bon appetita!